So this video came across my For You page. It's a content creator who was talking about ball and gun gamers. And he made an interesting statement basically saying that he believes ball and gun gamers are the happiest people on earth. Well, not on earth. I don't want to misquote him. He said ball and gun gamers are the happiest gamers, basically. They're happy in real life in comparison to the rest of the gaming community. I'm going to let him speak for himself exactly, and then we're going to respond to this because I thought this one was funny. Just friendly reminder, I have no personal issue with this person. We're attacking the argument, not the person, so don't be on that bullshit. Shout out to DEI Samurai with the super chat. Appreciate you. He said, while 2025 was a great year for games, it truly wasn't for the people who made them. Not because there was bad at their jobs, right? But for the sake of profits and greed, and no one talks about it. That's real. That's real. That's real. That's real. That's real. I appreciate you. All right. Let's see what he got to say. Are ball and gun gamers happier people?
Let me break this down and explain this for you. Let me break this down and explain this for you. When I say that the ball and gun gamers are some of the happiest gamers, I mean in person, not online. Like people say they complain about Expedition 33 getting Game of the Year. Nah, no they don't. The average ball and gun gamer is some fella who don't even know when the game awards are. They don't know who won. They don't care who won. They're not reading gaming magazines. They're not going to gaming news sites. They're not going on social media posting about games. What the average ball and gun gamer is doing is they're playing their ball and gun game and they're keeping it to themselves and they're just happy. Maybe on their Facebook page they might post their My Player from 2K. Maybe they might post a clip from Call of Duty, but that might be the furthest they go. You see them post something on Facebook. But the average ball and gun gamer is not on Twitter complaining about games because they don't look into it that deep. All they care is, I got off of work, I want to play my ball and gun game. And those guys are happy.
And you know what? If that was the gist of your argument, what you said at the end, I might have agreed with you. The problem is you contradicted yourself all throughout this argument. You started the first half of the video with your key argument being that ball and gun gamers are happier people in real life. And I gotta say, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. First and foremost, there's no way to quantify that information you just said. I don't know. So I'm not even going to say that. I don't know every ball and gun gamer on earth. So there's no way for me to quantify or prove that ball and gun gamers are happier people on average. And one of the main reasons why you can't quantify that, not only do you not know every ball and gun gamer, but what is happiness is defined by the person. So then you have to also sit down and interview every ball and gun gamer. For you, what makes you happy might be gooning. For the next person, it might be making it to the league, NBA. For the next person, it might be getting an engineer job. For the next person, it might be becoming a personal chef. For the next person, it might just be being a homosexual, somebody who fucks for a living and couch surfs. The point is, there's no way to quantify this information in terms of who's happier in real life because we're not talking about real life. Now, what we can quantify is conversations online. Now, I'm not going to go as far as to say the average because I don't know every ball and gun gamer, but I do know there is a good portion of ball and gun gamers who every year when the Game Awards comes around, they bitch and moan about how X, Y, and Z should have won Game of the Year. We can actually quantify that because we have tons of evidence, and some of them are your favorite streamers. Some of them are your favorite streamers. Shroud, seems like a good dude, but he's got some of the worst takes ever, bruh. The ball and gun admiral. So there's no way to quantify what's going on in the real world, but we can quantify what's going on in the internet. And my thing is like, as a matter of fact, there's no way for me to prove this, but I'm going to take an educated guess. The average ball and gun gamer is not that happy because ball and gun gamers, even though I can't prove it, this is just me yapping at this point. You guys play Call of Duty, Madden 2K, that's why you're hopping online, because you're bitching and moaning about these microtransactions and getting fucked every year. So I don't understand how you can argue that they're happier people. You said improved soundboard. It's a crazy statement, but there's no way to prove that. So I will say the basis of my argument is there's no way to actually prove who's truly happy, because what makes somebody happy varies person to person. But what I can say is, like you said, get on Facebook, get on Twitter, Get on any social media platform, and the main people you will find bitching about gaming is dead is ball and gun gamers. And what you have to understand is, for this to even become a conversation in the zeitgeist, meaning the greater gaming community, that means a lot of people agree with that. One of your favorite ball and gun commanders will tweet out gaming is dead, and it'll have 50 million likes. That is proof that a lot of people agree with them. And then we ask you, what did you play? Come on, man. You know, Fortnite, GTA, 2K, Madden, FIFA. I dabble a little bit on the T Grizzly server. That's when I started looking at you. I don't know, man. I don't know. So I gotta respectfully disagree. There's no way to properly prove that you guys are happier. But I can take an educated guess and say that you aren't, but I'm not gonna say definitively you are, because I can't actually prove that. All we can do is look at the tweets and take an educated guess. You have to be stopped. And also, just to add to this too, what does it even matter? The only thing, the reason the whole ball and gun conversation started, it was never about who's happier. It was more so about ball and gun gamers wanting to be a part of the conversation in the greater culture without studying for the test. You know, I don't go to a law firm and tell a lawyer how to do their job. You got to pass the bar. And even still, it's still rude. It tells you got to have a relationship with that person. That was the whole point of the conversation. And the fact that that continues to fly over a lot of ball and gun gamer heads, no matter how many times I explain it. And I know I'm not the only one that says it. A lot of people say the same exact thing to me online. Are there some people out there that are just being dickheads? Like, you're a ball and gun, yeah, there's some people out there that they're trying to push agendas. But like, for me personally, it's never that. It's more so about, why are you commenting on Hades 2 and Death Stranding and Expedition 33 and Silk Song and Ninja Gaiden 4 and whatever else you can think of, if you had, not only did you not play it, but you had no intention of playing it? That's the whole point of the conversation. And now it's shifting to some other stuff that you're bringing up about, oh, well, I think ball and gun gamers are happier in real life. Based off of what? A lot of ball and gun gamers I know, because if you're going off anecdotal evidence, a lot of ball and gun gamers I know in real life is couch surfing. They're hobosexuals. They're couch surfing. They're fucking for a living. All they got is a PS4 to their name. They tuck it under their arm and go couch to couch and fuck for the night just so they can get a bed. And then they move on to the next one. Rent a center and PS5 asses. Spending $5K on VC, getting beat up by their girlfriend. Klarna VC. I see a lot of that. On social media. But I don't know. I respectfully disagree. Essentially talking about shit they don't know about. Yeah, and that applies to anything in life. It's not even about video games. I have the same stance about everything. One of the biggest problems right now on Twitch is you got a lot of people pivoting into the realm of politics and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Then they're misleading people. So that you gotta understand, this rule applies to everybody. I don't talk about things that I don't know about. That's why on this stream, I stick to talking about things that I know about. I just joined the stream and we starting off with nonsense already. Affirm Assassins. That's fucking funny. Shout out to everybody subbing. Shout out to Jamrock. Shout out to Wallace with the sub. Appreciate it. So hopefully we have some type of understanding, but there's no way to quantify who's happy and who's happier and who's sadder. That was never even part of the conversation. All we're asking is study for the test if you want to be in the conversation. That's all. I don't think that's too much to ask. I don't say, hey, how do you feel about a chicken teriyaki sub from fucking Subway without giving you the sandwich, would I? No. Because I wouldn't be in Subway anyway, but that's not the point. But eat that fucking shit. Anyways, how do you get an 850 credit score, chat? Get your money up, nigga. Get your fucking money up and pay your card off on time. Pay your card off at least twice a month. That's a tip. That will actually boost your credit score. I don't know why it's fucking stupid, but that's actually a tip. Instead of paying all your credit card off at once, don't wait for the bill to come up, like the due date. Pay half up front and then like the other half later, or you can even do it like 3 times. You said wait for real? No, for real, that'll boost your credit score. Pay your bill multiple times. So if you have $100 bill this month, pay 50 up front, and then right before the due date, pay like the last 50. or keep using it, build it up to like 75, and pay that 75 off. It'll boost your score. Look it up. Is Watt single? No, she's married. She don't want you though, nigga. So be quiet. We're here to talk about games, not fuck a random nigga in the chat. What's about to do? All right. Now that we're done talking about, you niggas is weird, bro. Just fucking weird. And don't type nothing else in the chat. Matter of fact, the next thing you should do is drop a super chat. Don't say nothing else, bro. Keep it respectful. I'm not going for none of that shit. I'm letting you know right now. We don't do that over here. Yeah, fatherless behavior. That is a married woman. Show some respect. What's about to do? Oh, so I got some good, because I know some people think I'm trying to, I'm an Arc Raiders hater just because I don't like the game as much as them. I said it's okay. It's like a solid 8. I just don't love the game as much as y'all. But because I don't say it's a 10 out of 10 in game of the generation, you know how the internet is. They say you hate the goddamn game, and that's just not true. So to be fair, guys, I have some positive and some negative Arc Raiders news. It's a sandwich. We got positive and we got negative. And we're going to start off with the positive. The first positive story for Arc Raiders is Arc Raiders just sold 12 million copies after only 2 months of launch. Come on. It might have surpassed Battlefield 6, because the last time EA talked about Battlefield 6, it was at 10 million. The number might have went up, but I don't know because they haven't reported anything. So I'm going to go ahead and put it above Battlefield for now, but I don't know because EA hasn't reported anything. In a time when much of the games industry is struggling, Arc Raiders once again shows it's still entirely possible to attract a healthy audience. According to analysts, the multiplayer shooter has already surpassed 12 million copies sold, peaking at over 3 million daily active users. This information comes from Rise Elliott, head of market analyst at Alinea Analytics. The outfit estimates that across PC, PS5, and Xbox Series, Arc Raiders just crossed 12 million copies sold, hitting the benchmark this past weekend. What's more is the active player count apparently peaked at around 3.2 million on January 4th, 2026, again accounting for all available platforms. Those are some hefty numbers for a brand new IP in a difficult genre like the extraction shooter space. I think it's especially impressive, especially because the internet just bitched and moaned about how they hate AI in gaming, and it's all in here. It's almost like you niggas lied. You hate AI in Expedition 33, even though it was just a poster, but for some reason you love it in this game, and it's all over the fucking game. But anyways, also I love how you talk about the success of games. You don't care. I do try to talk about the success of games, even though it doesn't get highlighted. I think the issue is like, if you want to be a content creator, it doesn't matter how much positive stuff you cover. The negative stuff will always go more viral. And then you'll have people in the comments saying, oh, all you do is hate on shit. And it's just not true. People don't support positive shit, unfortunately. I may not be talking about you in the chat specifically, but as a whole, positive content doesn't. Even when I title my videos, I have to put like a negative spin on it just to get people interested. That's just kind of how the game goes, unfortunately. You gotta have thick skin too, because people will call you a fucking hater and shit like that. So yeah, shout out to Arc Raiders pushing the 12 million copies. Who knows? Maybe I'll be eating my own foot. I still don't believe people will be playing this game a year from now, but it is hot. It's fucking hot right now. I think the real test for Arc Raiders is right now it just doesn't have any competition. It's kind of dry right now. Even Arc Raiders has all of January to itself. The only game I know that's coming out in January is High Guard, and let's be real, we all know that game is, I don't want to say it's definitively, but the internet chose to hate High Guard, and you know how the internet is. They're treating it like Concord. Once people start hating on shit, it's hard to get out of that negative connotation. High snore. Yo, shout out to Sir Goat with the super chat. Appreciate it. What up? Decided to get Kazan after watching you play, and I'm loving it. Hey, I appreciate you. Okay, shout out to you, giving something new a chance. You said no Mickey, no Mickey summons. Hey, I checked the achievements before we did the podcast yesterday with JG because I wanted to see if he beat Kazan or not, so I could call him out. He didn't, by the way. And I think it said only 8% of the community has the achievement of finishing the game without using a summon. I was like, another game? You niggas is fucking frauds, man. Niggas is fucking frauds. I don't know what High Guard is. It's the new hero shooter from some former Apex Legends and Titanfall developers. It looks really generic, so it got a lot of hate. Although I don't think Jeff helped. Yo, shout out to John the Space Cowboy with the super chat. He said, TBH, is it time for us to drop the live service model? I just don't think it works for Battlefield. I know DLC separates the player base, but it works for Battlefield 3. Oh, you specifically talking about for Battlefield? I think Battlefield just needs to listen to the community. Like, add the server browsers. And whatever other little features that they want. I also think with Battlefield, I'm still enjoying it. I'm playing it. I think Battlefield is just a wrong place, wrong time type of situation. Arc Raiders came out and ate everybody's lunch, including Battlefield. It still has a healthy community, but Arc Raiders ate into a lot of it. There's nothing you could do about it. That has nothing to do with live service because it was a live service game that beat up Battlefield. Now, if you're asking if live service is the detriment to Battlefield, I just think they need to listen to the little things like fucking nerf the tanks too in ResSec. I'm playing Battlefield Stick still. It's the most I've played since 4. Yeah. I feel like the hardcore Battlefield fans, we're still playing the game. I think it's all the casuals that left because, to be fair, Battlefield 6 did appeal to a lot of Call of Duty players because, keep in mind, guys, you know, with this fake war going on between Arc Raiders and Battlefield community, let's not forget the real loser here is Black Ops 7. There's a lot of Black Ops 7 refugees out there. And I think a lot of the Black Ops 7 refugees went to Battlefield. They got bored with that because that required thinking and teamwork. So then they went to Arc Raiders. Because, you know, a lot of Call of Duty players are failed content creators, and you can get a lot of content off of Arc Raiders. So they're over there trying to farm up clips to make it out their mama basement. Anyways, what we about to do? You said the chat too sensitive. This is the last warning I'm gonna give you. Motherfuckers told you to shut up. If you really, my thing is like, and this is why niggas is getting on your head. If you like a woman, go talk to her. Why are you in my chat asking, yo, is such and such single? Go ask her, bruh. Chat too sensitive. You too pussy, nigga. How about that? That's a married woman. Shut the fuck up. I already told you, nigga. I'm not in the mood for that shit. You can get banned. That's the last time I'm gonna tell your ass, bro. I'm over here trying to be civilized at 35 years old. Go talk to the woman since you like that. Shout out to John Doe with the super chat. I still enjoy Battlefield 6, but the content compared to older games that did not release with much. I have over 100 hours. You feel like there could be more content. And that's why I said, I think they do need to listen to the little things that the community wants to kind of pick up some people back into the community. But shout out to Arc Raiders selling the 12 million copies. Let's move on to the negative side of things. He said, I saw her in the thumbnail, ban me. I mean, she's been in the podcast the last year. You just saw her in the thumbnail. We don't get you out of here. Don't worry, buddy. We are going to get you out of here since you requested it. That ain't no problem. I guess you think I'm playing. He said, Ethos, save us. That ain't no problem. I'm finna wait. I'm finna, give me a second, y'all. I'm finna send this nigga to the 9 circles. I thought he was exaggerating about the YouTube chat. Obviously, it's not everybody, but motherfuckers don't got no home training. We gonna send him to hell, bruh. That's the shit I'm talking about. That nigga's a bum. And when I say bum,
when I say bum,
that ass banned, nigga.
Mods ban everybody laughing. Everybody laughing, get fucking banned.
All right. Moving on to the negative side of things. We gave a positive. A negative. Well, it depends on who you ask. This one, I would say this is actually neutral because it depends on who you ask. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been discovered that there is skill-based matching in Arc Raiders. Yes, aggression matchmaking is now a thing in Arc Raiders. That's what they're calling it, but it's skill-based matchmaking. If you found that you've been coming up against tougher players in Arc Raiders just recently, that could well be because you've been deemed an aggressive player. For the last week or so, players who naturally gravitate to PvP modes and shoot on sight without hesitation have found themselves facing more aggressive combatants, leading to discussions about whether the team at Embark Studios has quietly introduced skill-based matchmaking. They call it aggressive-based matchmaking. Now in an interview, Embark Studios' Patrick Soderlund has confirmed that it's exactly what they've done. Obviously, it's first skill-based matchmaking, said in an interview. Then you have solos, duos, and trios. And then we also, since a week ago or so, we introduced a system where we also matchmake on how prone you are to PvP versus PvE. Translation, If you are the type of person who plays this game and you like to air that bitch out, at some point, the game is going to start putting you against more people who like to air this shit out. I'm not reading this the rest of this article because you get the gist of it. And this has kind of sparked conversation in the community. Some people are saying that the game is being ruined between this and then I think they're saying they're like hackers and stuff in there. The streamers are going to hate it. Yeah, well, that's who I primarily see bitching about this, because I already told you the people who usually hate this shit are streamers, because then they can't drop 40 bombs and get the content that they want to look like God, Giga Chad gods in their clips or whatever. What's the name? Not really the same though. Aggressive players are not necessarily skilled or sweats. Well, that's why I said it's combining all of it, but it's basically skill-based matchmaking, because he said in there that first they take into consideration skill and then aggression. So it's a combination of both of those things. Not completely. I guess that's why you can call it aggressive. It's diet skill. Well, actually, let's get to it. Well, actually, it's not skill-based. It's like diet skill-based matchmaking, okay? It's a little conjure of everything. It's like aggressive, but then it's like, you know, not. So it's not the same. All right, bro. Well, actually, it's aggressive based. It's diet skill-based, guys. It's diet. That's a positive. If you want the smoke, you get the smoke. You would think that though, right? The problem is people who play like this, they tend to hate skill-based matchmaking. And I've been seeing a lot, and this is the only reason I'm even covering this story. I found this interesting. There's a war going on in the community. People seem to really hate this shit. You would think people who like to air it out want to play against other people who like to air it out. But what I'm finding is they just want to run into people who are looting and kill them. I don't play enough to feel any type of way about it, but it is very interesting because I'm like, if you want to air it out, wouldn't you want to play against people who want to air it out? Because like you said, it's not 100% skill based. It's more so based towards aggression and skill, but people are angry. I mean, take this tweet right here. Hold up. Let me see. What should we do? What should we do for this one? What's the vibe on it? I think he's mad. So we're going to go with, so according to Pine, he said on Twitter, I could go on for hours why skill-based matchmaking is bad. See, he called it skill-based. For any other genre of PvP game, but having it in an extraction shooter where the whole point is the risk is beyond stupid. This will genuinely kill the game for the most dedicated players over the time. I've seen this happen time and time again. Ah! That has been Twitter Theater. So you see, he's angry, and I've been seeing a lot of that on my timeline. So my question to the chat is, because like I said, I'm a casual Arc Raiders player. For the people who are more hardcore in the chat, what's the vibe? Now that we know this is in the game, a diet skill-based matchmaking that makes you play against do you guys care? I don't feel like I would personally care, because if I was playing aggressive, I would want the smoke anyway. The soundboard is goated. I don't mind. I don't care. But he's not the only one. I've seen at least 10 different tweets. I didn't save them all because then we would have been here all day. I just saved this one. I've seen at least 10 different tweets that have gone viral of people bitching and complaining that they don't want this in the game and they feel like it's going to ruin it. But I mean, people in my chat, it seem like y'all don't really care. I'm happy about this call. All I do is PvE with other raiders and solo runs. Yeah, I think what people who play aggressive have to understand that, like, it's an extraction shooter and people are going to play how they want to play. Some people don't play as aggressive. They only fight when they need to and they want to loot. And I've seen the counter argument on social media be, how is that fun for you? Y'all just want to be fucking walking around looting and shit? Yeah, that's what some people want to do. I personally wouldn't find that fun. But some people do, and they paid the money to play the game. You don't get to dictate how they play the fucking game. It sounds to me like you just want to hit easy licks, because all it's doing is, like I said, it's a mix of skill and aggression. It's a mix of both. So you're not playing against straight sweats, but you are going to play against people who are hyper aggressive like you. Is that not what you want? I'm confused. I'm literally confused. It feels like it takes immediately to, as soon as you get aggressive and nice to one person, you're going to feel the effects of it. Oh, you're saying they're activating it too soon? They did just introduce it, and I think that's why it's important to give feedback to the community or the community managers and let them know, like, hey, I'm not a big fan of this, but if you are going to do it, because you also got to learn how to speak to people. If you are going to do it, maybe dial it back. Maybe do an assessment every 10 games of how I'm playing. Because I can see that being annoying. You had one aggressive game and then it just goes to 100. But if like every 10 to 15 games, the algorithm does an assessment of your play style, I don't see what's wrong with that. I can see that though. I see your point. Shout out to Best Game Guy with the sub. Appreciate it. My dad always said, play your game. And that's how some people are going to play. They're going to play Donkey Kong 64. They're going to collect and shit. What else did, and then I seen Nade Shot, crying as well. What was he crying about? Let's hit it. What should we hit for him? His wasn't angry. His was more like, let's go with this. According to 100 Thieves, Nade Shot. My experience on Arc Raiders over the last week has been hell. Just to be clear, I love this game. He's got to give a disclaimer. Because what did I say earlier? You cannot, I said, I gave Arc Raiders an 8 out of 10. You would have swore I gave this shit a 0. You can't say nothing negative about Arc Raiders. The community's fucking annoying. That's why he's doing that. Because he already know y'all, he about to be, how dare you? How dare you criticize the savior of gaming? But anyways, I love this game and I think I've already moved into my personal top 10 all time. That's a crazy statement. This is the type of take I would expect from a Call of Duty nigga. Top 10 game of all time? This shit has been... And the year Expedition 33 came out. But anyways, I can't even stay in character. But the egregious amount of cheating genuinely might be worse than peak Call of Duty. I'm not trying to bring negativity to the game because I know this type of dialogue can spread on social media like a disease, but I genuinely cannot get through an entire raid without a Steam profile that is level 0 or an account that has multiple game bans and VAC bans on record. I promise I'm not trying to be self-righteous by telling Embark what to do next. But I think the only option they have to protect the success of this game is similar to how Epic handled Fortnite in the past. Legitimate legal action against providers and individuals who are actively supplying and using cheating software. I know it's just a game and a lot of players may not even encounter experiences like this because of the PvE and aggression-based, skill-based matchmaking, holy cow. But I'm in war. And I'm getting absolutely pummeled. Yo, pause, nigga. I'm getting pummeled for 8 hours straight every day. They're getting his ass clapped. Hours and hours of looting, crafting, and investment of time and resources wiped out raid after raid over again. If you made it this far and read everything, understand I appreciate you. I apologize for sounding like a whiny little privileged streamer, but I just needed to vent somewhere else other than the fucking stream. One day, I'll come to terms with the fact that cheating in video games has reached the point in time where it's impossible for the developers to keep up with the providers. But until then, guys, I'm gonna just keep complaining. All right, so I have a few thoughts about it. First of all, Arc Raiders fans, what the fuck is he talking about? What kind of cheating is going on in the game? I'm not in tune. What they doing? Second, I hate to break it to you. I'm not, because I hate cheaters too. I'm not co-signing cheating, but one of the things he's kind of got to accept is your Nade Shot. You're one of the biggest people in the gaming space. You're going to encounter way more cheaters than shit, even me, and I'm a streamer because I'm not that fucking important. To a lot of people, you are important. So they are going to hop on your stream and try to get a clip. They're going to try to rage bait you with stream. The average person, I don't think, is dealing with hackers as much as just an educated guess. You can glitch into walls. Are you guys running into that a lot? The people who are just playing regularly? Are we supposed to feel bad for someone that just games all day? And you know what the funny part? That's my third take. This man admitted he plays the game 8 hours a day and he's just dealing with hackers. I hate to break it to you. If you do something for 8 hours over and over expecting a change, that's a you problem. Fuck! Get off the fucking game, bruh. Go play something else. You're fucking rich. You can afford anything that's on Steam. And not only, and if you can't, there's a Steam sale. Well, nah, I think it ends today. So by the time he sees this, but you're literally fucking rich. You can play whatever game you want. You're super influential. You don't have to play this shit. I get you that you like it, but y'all see me. I think this is one of my biggest disconnects with like other streamers. Y'all saw it. Who was there when I played Where the Shit Meets, where the Wind Meets? When I played that free-to-play AI slop, if you missed the stream, I got bombarded. My chat got bombarded by bots. There was like some hacker on my lobby, and apparently they were spreading my username around in the Discord, and niggas was trying to get my IP address. I said, you know what, chat?
Man, I'm gonna play this off stream, man. We're gonna finish this mission up off stream.
And that's exactly what I did. I got off the game and I uninstalled that shit. There is no game that's that fucking important, bruh. It's not. You're not gonna get my computer, nigga. What the fuck is we talking about, bruh? I got other games to play. You guys are, I said, you know what? I don't care if it pisses off Where the Shit Meets community. You niggas is losers. I'm getting off the game and I'm gonna go play something that I do enjoy. So you have to understand, after a certain point, it is a fucking choice. When 2K gets on my fucking nerves, I get off the game. I don't sit here and bitch and complain about the shit. We had a good run this year. We played for like 3 months. And then after a while, I got tired of it. I just stopped playing it. I don't understand what the issue is. But at bare minimum, I will say, as a very large streamer, you're going to run into hackers more than average. It kind of just comes with the game. Even in my days when I was playing PUBG heavily, I was usually one of the bigger PUBG streamers. I think it was averaging like 1,000 to 3,000 a night. I didn't deal with hackers in PUBG. But I do remember we dealt with a lot of stream snipers. And you kind of got to charge it to the game. I didn't really same thing with Paragon. I was always the biggest Paragon streamer. Not to say that was a big deal because I was a big fish in a small pond. But instead of bitching about the fact that I was getting stream sniped during Paragon, the solution was what did I do? Who was here? I started putting a delay on my stream. I put a 1-minute delay on my stream so you couldn't tell where my teammates were. If you were looking at my stream and looking at the map, wherever my teammates were, they were not there because my shit was delayed. Instead of bitching about shit, go do something, bro. Got all the money in the world. Go travel or something. Nigga, I don't know, man. You would think people would want to play other games they like instead of scaring the new players away. Low-key, this could scare people away. He only likes this game. That's a him problem, then. I don't know what to tell you on that one. What is it? What else we got? So yeah, it seems like between the skill-based matchmaking and the cheaters, the community's at war. And that's why I said it's impressive that they've sold 12 million copies, but I'm starting to see it a little bit on my timeline. I'm starting to see it. And mind you, I don't interact with these tweets. I don't like them. You see, I ain't like this shit. Not because I have like a problem with anybody in the Arc Raiders community, but it's more so I don't want it on my fucking page. I don't want it on my For You page. And this stuff keeps popping up on my For You page without me looking. I'm starting to see the pendulum shift a little bit. And that's why I said, let's give it a year. Let's give it a year. We're starting to exit that, what's that joint called? The honeymoon phase. The honeymoon phase. You even talked about putting a delay up in the GI podcast episode. Find a solution, man. Paragons, when I started following you other GI members, you ain't never lied. Motherfuckers is not gonna ruin my fun. I'll get off this game. Ain't no game. I don't care how much I like a game, bro. That shit start blue screen in my PC, uninstall, click. Y'all remember how quick I uninstalled? What was it? I think it was Modern Warfare 2019. I think it blue screened my PC like twice in a row. Uninstall, click. You're not gonna blow up my investment. And a more positive side of things, because like I said, we have a sandwich here. We have good and bad news. Arc Raiders CEO confirms a movie and TV series could be in the works. Embark CEO recently participated in an interview with GamesBeat, and during the interview, the CEO confirms that the developer has received offers to turn Arc Raiders into a movie or television series, but nothing has been accepted because it needs to be done in the right way. The CEO said, I can't tell you how many companies have reached out wanting to make a TV series and or a movie out of this IP, Arc Raiders. The CEO confirms that Embark doesn't have anyone working on a TV or film adaptation yet, but the CEO believes it would be fun, meaning he's leaning towards possibly doing it. What's the vibe on that? Do we want that? Do we want a TV show? Is it good? Is it bad? Let me know. The biggest hurdle is that it needs to be done in the right way, the CEO says. He believes the IP fits quite well. Unfortunately, CEO doesn't clarify which production company has reached out, nor does he show any preference towards either TV or film. you need to make your mind up because those are two vastly different formats. Video game adaptations from you're yapping. We don't care about the rest of this article. I can't say that I wouldn't watch it. I would have to see a trailer because I can see this working. Because I mean, the concept of Arc Raiders is a post-apocalyptic world. We've seen this concept done a million times. So I mean, as long as it's got a unique story. I mean, y'all sitting up here being like, oh, I don't want to see it. But I mean, you got the Fallout TV show out right now. That's a great post-apocalyptic show. Mad Max, the movies, those are great. Like it could work, to be 100% fair. They would have to come up with an original story. It would need a protagonist because it's a multiplayer game. But I think if they stuck the landing, it would raise the popularity of the game to a whole different level. So I think it could actually work. But I will say, I think it's they're putting the cart before the horse. I feel like it's a little too soon. Let's try to make sure Arc Raiders is still here a year from now, because we got a lot of games coming out this year. A lot of people swear I'm hating when I say I don't know if this is going to be around a year from now. As if, and y'all know I'm not even into Grand Theft Auto. It's very fascinating to me that people sit in my chat, they be on social media talking about when Grand Theft Auto 6 come out, it's going to eat everybody lunch, man. It's going to be looking real spooky for everybody. But then it doesn't apply to this game. Nah, I thought Grand Theft Auto going to kill everything. We going to see. TV series planned before the game. Oh, the Concord method. No, I don't know about all that. So we gonna see. All I'll say is don't be surprised if a TV show or a movie is announced, because it seems like he's leaning towards they're interested in it. If it's a prologue to why the Arc Raiders became what in the game, then I could see it. That could work. See, that's a storyline that could work. How the world became the way that it is, mad, desolate. It's just the problem with that is if you do, that has to be a movie. If they do a TV series and it's successful, they're gonna want multiple seasons. I don't see that storyline working. GTA 6 is gonna get the COD treatment. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. What do you mean by the Call of Duty treatment? Speaking of, Highguard could be dead on arrival as gamers fear a flop is inbound. It was going to be tough for Highguard to succeed after the anticlimactic reveal it experienced during December's Game Awards ceremony. Many millions of viewers sat through the trailers and speeches to see what the final reveal would be, and then Highguard graced screens worldwide, falling somewhat flat, and leaving gamers disappointed. Highguard is a new PvP shooter from the former Apex Legends and Titanfall developers, and it's set to drop in just 3 weeks. Aside from the prestigious trailer spot at the Game Awards, almost nothing has been shown yet, revealed, or discussed regarding the game that many have dubbed Concord 2. So I put out a tweet about this earlier. I do think this game looks really generic. It looks like a game that was designed for the algorithm. A game that it's like, oh, Fortnite's successful, Overwatch is successful, Arc Raiders is successful. How can we do a live service game? It feels like it's trying to appeal to a very specific audience versus them just making something out of a labor of love. I will admit that. And that's why I said I'm leaning towards, I agree with y'all. I don't know about this game. That being said, I also don't think that this game was done any favors when Jeff Keighley stood on stage during the Game Awards. And at the very end of the show, he said, before you guys go, we got one more reveal. This game's going to be fucking humongous. It's coming from the developers at Apex Legends and Titanfall. He hyped that shit up to the moon and back. So they set an expectation for everybody. And when they showed the game, it was like, I think if they would have placed this trailer in the middle of the Game Awards and it was just another announcement, hey, check out this new shooter, free to play, I don't think it would have had such a negative response. I think it was the expectation versus what everybody saw. And I think that's why it's important not to gas yourself up. Let your work speak for itself. If your work is really that good, people gonna gas it for you. A prime example, matter of fact, is this joint right here. I tweeted about this joint too. This anime right here. If you want a new anime to watch, check out this joint right here. It's called Sentenced to Be a Hero. I was up late the other night, doom scrolling, and I seen an anime page on my For You page pop up, and it said this show premiered on Rotten Tomatoes with like a 9.1. Like it's the best reviewed anime of the year so far. And in my head, I'm thinking like, nigga, we're only 4 days into fucking 2026. Of course it's the best. But, you know, I was bored. I wasn't sleepy. So I pulled the shit up. This shit was fucking gas. I'm locked in. The first episode is an hour long. It's got everything. Beautiful animation, action, good pacing on the storytelling, interesting characters, world. politics, drama. It hit on all the voice acting's good. It hit on all cylinders for me, and I watched the dub. Check it out. It's only one episode out. It's an hour long. This shit gas, bro. This shit gas is what I mean. When something's good, it'll speak for itself. Because trust and believe, if this shit was just okay, I would have not tweeted, bro. But I was like, oh, the people need to know about it. They need to know about this. Plus, I'm trying to be more active on social media. I know I can be very to myself. I be real quiet a lot of times. The main reason this anime is hyped up is because the animation staff is pretty stacked, but the story's unsure where it goes. So they got vets behind it. It was a whole ass movie. I will say a bare minimum, what this game has going for it is it's free to play. It comes out in 3 weeks. So I'm like, and there's literally nothing coming out in January. This is a dev studio that looked at the calendar and saw, okay, January's open. So I'll give them that much. So I will say this game does have a chance for redemption, but they got to stick the landing. This game has got to be fire. You have the fact that it's free to play going for it, and the fact that you have no competition in January. So a lot of people are, as much shit as people talked, a lot of people are going to try this game for the simple fact that it's free. There's Code Vein. Code Vein is a Souls game. And not only is it a Souls game, it's a weeb Souls game. I'm a Souls nigga and I'm not playing that shit, bruh. Elden Boobies. Like I said, I didn't say there was no competition. I said there's not a lot of competition. That Code Vein is not a lot of that's not a you said that shit like it was GTA or something. Like, we got Code Vein too. 2XKL's coming out on console this month. That would be the stiffest competition. Even that one's a 50-50. I'm curious to see how people respond to that game. I feel like that game kind of lost momentum when the Avatar, Invincible. It seemed like Avatar, Invincible, and Marvel Token all had betas like back to back to back, and it just killed the momentum for 2XKO. So I am curious to see how people are going to respond to it. But what 2XKO does also have going for it is it's free to play. So like I'm not going to count it out. It is free to play. Code Vein 2, RE9 and Yakuza Remake is my main games of the year. Okay. I might play Reanimal. That joint looks fire. It looks fire. Other news. 007 First Light has been delayed again. Though most of last year, IO Interactive assured players that its upcoming James Bond title, First Light, was set for a 2026 debut, the game has been scheduled to debut on March 27th, but the release date has now been pushed back to May 27th. In a statement posted online, IO Interactive CEO called 007 First Light the company's most ambitious project to date, while mentioning the Bond staples included to the game like car chases, gadget, and wild globe-trotting adventures. However, he went on to say that the decision to delay it allows us to ensure the experience meets the level of quality you players deserve on day one. The game is progressing well and is fully playable. Shout out to Goose with the Juice with the sub from beginning to end. So the game's done. So these 2 additional months will allow us to further polish and refine the experience, ensuring we deliver the strongest possible version at launch. We're confident this sets 007 First Light up for long-term success, and we sincerely appreciate the patience and continued support. Translation. We saw the feedback on that frame rate. We saw a lot of you in the comments say,
lock them up.
Oh, man.
Lock them up.
That's what they was going to do to you if the game came out like that. So take your time. I'm not mad at this delay. Take your time. That frame rate was atrocious. Yo, shout out to B Custom with the sub. Appreciate it. But just know it ain't coming out till May. It's a summer game. What else we got? Oh, this is a rumor that's floating around. You guys remember this game? It was like a Korean Splinter Cell game. There's rumors going around on social media that the studio got shut down and the game is canceled. Rumor Mundang 2 Hearts might be canceled. The awesome looking ambitious Splinter Cell like we never see the light of day. Who else will be gutted if true? The devs in the studio that cut staff from 150 plus to around just 20 massive layoffs in 2025. The studio's official website has been down for weeks with no updates since August, and the planned March 2026 launch now is looking highly unlikely. I think the biggest tell is the website got taken down. I remember seeing this game and thinking it looked good. What the hell? So if this is true, nothing is confirmed. We don't know. But what I will say with the website being down is looking a little spooky. Low-key, it looked like a fake game. Why it look like a fake game to you? I thought it looked real. It looked like an Unreal Engine 5 asset flip, but I wouldn't say it looked like a fake game. It's a shame because I like Splinter Cell. All I'm gonna say is don't be surprised if this